Robocop Rogue City, the force of nature that puts the fear into the criminals' testicles, and yes, they did actually make testicle shots do just as much damage as headshots. As far as graphics go, it looks really well. Now, this isn't a quadruple A game, thanks Ubisoft for that. This is a double A game. It's a developer team that I've never really heard of. I'm sure they've done something else, but it's not a huge team. But they actually don't give a, you can tell they actually care about the franchise in this. And like I said, headshots do just as much damage as ball shots. It does get really sort of harsh towards the end. But as far as graphics go, it looks pretty good. And unlike Star Wars, Star Trek, and, well, Lord of the Rings.
Come at me.
You can tell they actually care about the franchise rather than just butchering it like they have done with a lot of these sort of modern series. And they did keep everything kind of, the sense of humor is there still. It's not been absolutely switched out for just woke shit, and it does go places you kind of expecting with a Robocop game. But knocking down the door and just kind of looking at the first angry bloke you can see with a big gun, it's pretty much what Robocop does. He just stomps around, shoots things, and the movement is clunky. So it is, I mean, you're Robocop, he ain't going to be running around at full speed. I don't think you can, no, you can't jump, you can't even jump. You can do the abilities are a shield, which does less damage, you still take damage, a sort of shockwave attack that blinds enemies, kind of like a flashbang. You can punch fuse boxes and recharge your health. There's a sort of like little sprint, but not a sprint, it's kind of like a shoot forward and you can use it to dodge out of the way. And a slowdown, a bullet time effect, which comes in really handy. But you are going to just be clomping around as Robocop. No one's expecting it to, he's not going to be running around doing parkour anytime soon. It's got to be the first game as well I can think of that I've killed people with a 1980s CRT monitor by throwing it around chairs. You can grab people off bikes, throw them out windows. The heads explode in a really great cacophony of violence. You can blow legs off, arms, and they'll even look at their stump and be like, where did my arm go? Oh shit. And you've just liquefied their leg or their arm, and they'll sort of hop around kind of hysterically for a little while. And the gore system is fantastic. It's really good. First time I even heard the Robocop theme, I was like, oh hell yeah, this slaps, this is good. They did a really good cover of the Robocop tune. It only plays when you start the game up on the first mission, and I think it plays, it's towards the end. You only hear it a couple of times, you never overhear the Robocop theme tune, but when that starts kicking in, it really gets you going. As far as weapons, there's shotguns, rifles. Your Auto 9, which is your standard handgun, is going to be your best friend. That can be changed with chipboards. So you get different chipboards that you find around and upgrade it over time, and you kind of have to play a little mini game with the chips to control what you want, because some of them will have negative effects by weakening your damage or taking the ability to do critical hits away. So you want to look out for not getting the little red chipboards. But the Auto 9 is the gun you're going to have on you, the one he has in his leg the whole way through. But you can do upgrades that will apply to the other guns as well. The 50 cal sniper using in the background now, that's kind of overrated. I don't know why, but I was hitting guys in the face with a 50 BMG and it was just bouncing off them like it was nothing. I couldn't quite work out what was going on with that. I wasn't sure if it was a bug at first or it was just I was firing 50 cal Nerf darts. Wasn't really quite sure what was going on with that. But all the weapons have a really good feel. They all feel meaty. By the end of a gunfight, there's going to be paperwork flying everywhere, broken windows, limbs everywhere, brains at the wall. It's really good, and the gore system is super satisfying when you pop someone's dome. Now, I bought this in a sale for about £15 when it first came out. I did buy this kind of close to release. It wasn't a day one buy for me. It kind of, I saw a few videos here and there and then dropped into, I got it from CD Keys or G2A, one of those dodgy sites. Well, I say dodgy sites, I mean they're legal, but they're cheaper than buying it off Steam or waiting for the Steam sales. But overall, it's definitely worth 15 quid if you can get it in a sale. Hell, if you can get it cheaper than that, then that's a bonus. The only main negatives, I would say, is some of the slower sections. There'll be sections of the game where you're giving out parking tickets, and it's kind of hilarious to think of Robocop stomping around saying, hey, you've parked in a loading bay area, you're being fined $50 or whatever. But there's a good selection of enemies. For some reason, the 1980s thought there was going to be a huge influx of punks. We're going to be like the enemy of the future. How little did they know who was going to be the real enemy? But it ain't going to be 1980s looking punks with paper clips in the hair and nose. But yeah, overall, there's a few slower sections that I don't think hold up that well. Just there'll be sections in the police station where you're bumbling around, dealing with people's minor issues. There was one section where I had to find a lost cat, and then you'll go from that to helping a woman, avoid a stalker, and then the next one will be, you're straight up in the middle of a gunfight between some crazed drug dealers. It can really vary from moment to moment. So the slower moments, some people are going to like them, it is what it is, but overall it's a highly recommended game, and for the price, if you can get it lower than full price, then yeah, 100% get it. It took me about, I think, 15 hours to go through this. Now, there are some side missions and little side bits I didn't do. I didn't go through everything. I'm not a kleptomaniac where I have to do every little thing and pick up every item. And, unless it's a Resident Evil game, I'm not going to go wall to wall searching every little corner, nook and cranny to 100% the game. It's just not fun for me to 100% the game. I just want to see the story through, play the game, and play it until it's fun. I don't want to have to spend 500 hours collecting everything. But you can get longer than 15, 16 hours out of it. But overall, Robocop Rogue City is definitely worth a go, worth a try. And I'm looking forward to the DLC. I'm just waiting for it to go down on the sale. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I'll see you again soon. See ya.